Yes. That is very, very awesome. Oh man, oh man, isn't that just so good, so good. G'day everybody and welcome to another full-scale Fishing Adventures episode. Currently on the beautiful Lake Eildon in northeast Victoria. Lake Eildon, notoriously tough cod fishery. I've fished it a few times. It has been nice to me. I've caught some really nice fish, but then I've also really felt the Eildon grind as well. So I'm prepared for it to be tough. I've given myself as much time as I need. So I've got the swag in the boat, plenty of fuel, plenty of batteries, so it means I can cruise around, find some good spots. I've actually headed to a part of the lake that I've never fished before, just to keep things interesting. It's nice to see some new water and fish some new ground. So that was my plan. Just shot up into the bay now. I'm not even sure what it's called, but most people that have been to Lake Eildon would know just how deep it is. It's crazy deep. So I've sort of picked a spot for this afternoon that's hopefully quite shallow. Looks like there's a shallow sort of gradient there, because in the morning I'd really like to fish that change of light, hopefully on some bait. So because I'm fishing somewhere I've never been before, the bait's a maybe, but hopefully this bay has got some bait in it. Hopefully in the morning we can get a bite, but I'm going to start fishing this afternoon and just have a bit of a look around, get a bit of a feel for things, and we'll see what happens. All right, took a little while to get organised, but we are good to go. I've got one rod, 30-pound fluoro on the 273 Komodo, and that's got one of the Hercules swim baits. I've got the big Komodo swim bait outfit with a swim bait on it, and I've also got the same big Komodo, which is now tangled, which has got 50-pound braid and 100-pound leader and the tremor. I've gone 50-pound braid, but just a 60-pound leader on the swim bait rod. I've got the active target all rigged up, and I think it is important to have the technology when you're fishing lakes. Now, I'm feeling excited, so I'm going to do some casting, but I do think driving around looking at the screen will be a good way to find a big banger. But for now, I'm going to do some casting. It's only like 3 meters on the edge here, which is really good. So hopefully this bay is not too deep. And then in the morning, if there was some bait flicking, I could just do laps back and forth as a starter. Because yeah, that prime time change of light, a trout just jumped over there, would you believe it? You really want to be in a good zone, so that's the plan for tomorrow, I reckon. And then after that, We'll just see. There would 100% be a cod in this bay. It's a big stick pile up the end there. 6 metres deep. The other thing I wanted to make sure of is that I didn't have too many trees to fish at first light, so this is quite nice. I should be able to miss most of it. Hard not to roll the tremor around. Just for a bit, right on last light. Can't say I've ever seen steam coming off the water during the evening. I bet it's going to be cold tonight. Yes, Eildon is a very tough nut to crack, but I'm hoping if I fish well, I can get an opportunity at a good one. And they're always amazing fish out of the lake, so the effort is worth it. There is like a giant school of bait. They're reddies or something sitting off that tree. Let's go. Alright, we've been through that last little bit with the paddler. The water's a bit different to what I expected. I've just been looking on the active target and there's lots of spindly sticks underneath the surface. The water's quite shallow, it looks amazing. There's lots of fish, lots of bait. But I think in the morning, just to make things easier, I'm going to fish it with the paddler. And so the plan is I'll fish through this bay and I'll start heading around. There's quite a few bays in this little particular arm that have got that similar style of water, and I reckon fishing a paddler would be an efficient way of fishing it. And yeah, we'll see if we can't get a bite. So a few more casts until it gets dark, and then get up and do it all again tomorrow. Yeah, I'm going to make it just that bit harder for myself to catch an Eildon one, and I want to catch it while there's a little bit of light. It'd be really nice. So if I get desperate, I'll start fishing during the night. Well, it is the primo morning for it. Just fishing the swim bait because there is a lot of bait popping around here, which is awesome. So just going to slow roll this around on the change of light. Going to roll the paddler through the tops of the trees. I just don't want to risk chopping and changing too much, but I thought I'd roll the paddler through the trees, go back, and then swim bait back through the bait again. There wasn't quite enough bait to keep me interested there. There was the odd bit flicking, but there really wasn't that much. So I'm going to stick with the original plan. Fish the paddler through all this stuff. I'm going to fish it quite quickly. Try and cover a lot of water, find an angry one. I bet you with the paddler it'll be like lob in there first go and it'll just get demolished. So I think there's very little point trying to stay in one spot and pepper it. I'm just going to cover as much water as possible. No, this is good. Let's work my way up to the top of this arm that I've been up. I've just got into this big shallow bay area. It looks really good. There's supposed to be a soak sort of over on the western side there. Got him. Yeah. Oh, that's what we wanted. That's what we wanted. Oh, yes. That is very, very awesome. Oh man, isn't that just so good? So good. Oh, check him out. What an absolutely beautiful Eildon cod. Yeah. Oh, I am over the moon with that. Check him out. Unreal. Unreal. So stoked. Eildon cod off the top. Absolutely beautiful. That is just amazing. All right, let's get him back. Okay. How clear is the water? What an amazing place. Oh. Off he goes. Well, that is just absolutely so good. Just been following my instincts. It's funny, like, doesn't matter what sort of cod water you go to, if it looks fishy, chances are there'll be cod there. And I've just been working through with the paddler. Thought it was the more efficient option, going over all this spindly stuff. And just off of this point here, there was that fish. So good. There's like a heap of bait in this bay too. Oh, so nice to be able to fish Eildon and get a good one. Alright, it's about 11 o'clock, 10:30, 11 o'clock. So that morning session is done and dusted. Stoked to get a fish. Now I'm just rolling along some of these deeper banks. Syros combo, 30-pound platypus bionic braid, 60-pound leader, and then I'm just rolling the Hercules swim bait, which is good because you can sink it right down. It's like a subtle presentation because the water is so clear. And I've only ever used the Hercules in the lake in SA. That's the only other time that I've used them, and it got me a fish, so can't see why they won't eat it in Eildon. I think it's nice just having that top hook on these baits, and that way you can pitch them into the timber and not get hung up all the time. Gonna swap over to the chartreuse run chartreuse one that I caught my fish on back home. Confidence bait. Throwing the big gear around, I reckon. Super cool, there's some bait flicking out here. Looks like little bait too, which is good. Quite a bit of bait. What an absolutely beautiful evening on Lake Eildon. Plan is I'm going to roll the paddler through some of that stuff towards dark, and then I'll bail on out because there's a big rain event coming tomorrow and I'm going to get out of here before that happens. If you enjoyed the episode, make sure you give us a like, leave a comment, and if you enjoy the cod videos, make sure you subscribe to the channel because it helps a lot. I will catch you all next time.